What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Klaudless and Indy. I'm Christian of Klaudlessmedia, and welcome back to another episode of The Final Pour, the new mini-series where we crack open the final few beers of Triton Brewing, one of Lawrence, Indiana's beloved craft breweries. And today, we're diving into the Mango Barn Phantom Gose, a fruit-infused gose that lands at 4% ABV with a crisp 10 IBUs. It's part of Triton's Barn Phantom series, their creative take on the classic German Gose style. Like other beers in Triton's lineup, the Mango Gose comes in a two-tone can. It features a cream-colored upper half and a bold mango orange lower half, separated by a signature wave motif that nods to the brewery's nautical branding. Now, if you caught our last episode, you'll notice it mirrors the Blueberry Barn Phantom Gose design, but instead of shades of blue, this one radiates warmth with its golden hues. The yellow trident and clean typography complete the nautical meets modern aesthetic, making this can feel like a sip of sunshine in your hand before you even open it. The Gose, pronounced Gose,
Gose, Gose, Gose, Gose.
Okay, seriously, so that was actually kind of bugging me on the correct way to pronounce it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep saying go since Google Translate says it's totally okay. I guess I can pronounce it the German way. I can pronounce it, the English way. So, and that way is a lot easier to speak. So. The Gose is a German-style wheat beer with roots that stretch back over 1,000 years. Traditionally brewed with coriander and salt, it offers a tart, citrusy flavor that's balanced by a subtle salinity. It's often lighter, less acidic, and more drinkable than your typical sour. What sets the Gose apart is its balance. Tart but not puckering, salty but not briny, and often infused with fruit for a more modern spin. In the case of Triton's Barn Phantom series, each version plays with different fruits, like blueberry or mango, without overwhelming the base beer. So while a typical sour might hit your palate with a sharp tang or funky fermentation, a Gose like this leans more delicate, refreshing, slightly salty, and great for easy sipping. So without further ado, my fellow Hoosiers and beer lovers, it's time to crack it open. Right off the bat, the Mango Barn Phantom Gose pours a vibrant golden orange, almost like freshly pressed mango juice with a touch of pulp. It has a thick, rich color that immediately calls to mind tropical fruit, leaning more golden than your standard hazy pale. The beer is extremely opaque, with no transparency at all, much like the blueberry version from the same series. In fact, both beers share that thick, fruit-forward look that resembles juice or puree more than your typical beer. The head is composed of tight, small bubbles that appear at first pour but dissipate quickly, leaving a clean surface. It's a pour that looks as flavorful as it tastes and makes a strong first impression. On the nose, the Mango Barn Phantom Gose doesn't immediately hit with sweet, ripe mango. In fact, the mango presence is quite subtle. What stands out more is the distinct salty note consistent with the traditional Gose profile. At first, I couldn't really detect the mango, so I got a second opinion. They picked up on it, but described it as very light. That's when it clicked. This may not be the mango I expected. I eat a lot of mangoes, and what I'm used to is to the juicy, ripe flesh. But this aroma reminds me more of mango skin or even an underripe mango. Still fruity, but greener and a bit muted. Compared to a standard sour, the aroma here is clean, restrained, and more about nuance than bold fruit. It smells like a Gose first, with mango as a quiet supporting note rather than the star. Cheers! Surprisingly, the Mango Barn Phantom Gose tastes almost exactly how it smells. Subtle, tart, and just a little unexpected. There's a touch of sweetness at the start, but the dominant profile is definitely tart with a light citrusy tang that adds some brightness. The mango shows up, but much like in the aroma, it leans more toward underripe mango or mango skin, not the juicy, fleshy sweetness you might expect. It gives the beer a green, almost herbal edge that sets it apart from more fruit-forward goses. The mouthfeel is light and easy drinking, with just enough body to carry the flavor without weighing it down. Like the blueberry version, the flavor arrives up front with a subtle, salty finish that lingers softly on the back of the palate. It's clean, refreshing, and distinctly Gose, even if it plays a bit coy with the mango. Mango Barn Phantom Gose is a subtle spin on what you might expect from a fruit-infused sour. Instead of hitting you with sweet mango flavor, it keeps things reserved, leaning into the tartness, the salt, and a mango character that feels more like skin than pulp. It's not the kind of beer that announces itself loudly, but rather one that rewards a second sip and a little curiosity. That gentle restraint actually says a lot about Triton Brewing's approach. Creative, but never overdone. As part of the Barn Phantom series, it stands comfortably alongside the Blueberry Gose, showing how Triton could explore different fruit expressions within the same style, each with its own voice. If the blueberry was soft and berry bright, the mango is greener, drier, and just as refreshing, but in a different key. So what did you think of this one? Have you ever tried the Mango Barn Phantom Gose, or do you have a favorite from Triton Brewing? Drop your thoughts, tasting notes, or memories in the comments. I'd love to hear how others remember Triton's lineup. And if you're enjoying the final pour, don't forget to subscribe and follow Klaudless and Indy to keep the series going. There are plenty more Triton beers to explore, and each one tells a story worth sharing. This has been Christian with Klaudlessmedia, and as always, drink local and cheers.